Everyone, myself Manjula. Now let's continue our discussion on chapter 3, New Centers of Power from Class 12 Political Science. This is last part of this particular chapter, that is part 7, and in this part we are going to analyze about the India-China relationship. Okay, let's start. See, in previous part we had discussed about China in detail, okay, about its economy, about its reform, its positive and negative, everything we analyzed in detail. Now, let's analyze about the India-China relationship. Now, first we'll look at into the historical perspective, okay. Then we will, analyze what happened after independence and what kind of changes took place, what were the issues that exist between India and China, and at present where we stand, okay, and what are the necessary steps required in order to strengthen our relationship in future, okay. These will be the area of discussion of this particular topic. Now, see, India and China were great powers in Asia before the emergence of Western imperialism. Okay, imperialism means what? A strong, powerful country ruling over other country. For example, like Britain ruled over India, right? The same way in Asia, बहुत सारे जो different जो Western countries जो है, they ruled over it. For example, France, Britain. Okay, so before this emergence of Western imperialism, India and China, they were powerful in Asia. Right, of course, our situation changed afterwards. Now, let's have a look at the India and China's influence. Okay, now see, if we look at the history of China, different dynasties ruled over in China, but at that time, all those various rulers of different dynasty, they actually tried, their level best to increase their influence to the nearby location. Let me explain this in map. Here you can see China. So all those, the different rulers of different dynasty who ruled over in China, they actually tried their level best to increase politically and economic and cultural influence to the nearby location like Mongolia, Korea, and this is Indochina. So this parts of this Indochina, they tried their level best to influence them place. Of course, in Tibet region as well over here. Right, and these places they separate the influence of China. That shows that China at that time was dominant in doing exercising its power in this particular location. Okay, same way different rulers empires ruled in India. They also tried their level best to expand their influence to the nearby location. But keep this in mind, it rarely overlapped. China भी influence कर रहा है, India भी influence कर रहा है, but it rarely overlapped. Overlapped means, for example, let's take that, I'm just taking this example that this is one place. India is also trying to influence this place and China is also trying to influence this place. इसमें फिर क्या होगा? Overlapping होगा. Okay, so this kind of overlapping rarely happened. अच्छा, इसका drawback क्या है because of this lack of overlapping? Drawback is that, they had very little interaction in political and culturally. इनका interaction जो था वो बहुत little interaction था. Okay, so उसका little interaction का नुकसान ये हुआ कि that after India got independence and China formed People's Republic of China in 1949, उसके बाद ये था कि when they confronted with each other, they find it difficult to solve their various disputes at the political level, at the border dispute, and they find it difficult to evolve a proper foreign policy to deal with each other because of that lack of limited interaction in the past. Okay, so that is a thing. Now let's look at the journey of India-China relation. See, after independence, that is India when got independence from Britain and China expelled the foreign powers from its country. It was expected and it was hoped that both these countries will come together to shape the future of developing world. Okay, and of course of Asia particularly. तो ये expected था कि दोनों countries जो है एक वर्ल्ड जो डेवलपिंग वर्ल्ड के फ्यूचर है उसका शेप प्रोवाइड करेंगे प्रॉपर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स एशिया के भी अच्छे से एक उसके एक प्रॉपर शेप प्रोवाइड करेंगे एट द वर्ल्ड लेवल. इट वाज एक्सपेक्टेड दैट दे विल कम टुगेदर, बट there was certain incident that took place which actually destroyed this hope. We will have look into those things as well. Now let's analyze the journey of India and China starting from 1950. Okay, so in India actually made a diplomatic relation with China on 1st April 1950. So today we are now living in 2020. So now on 1st April in 2020 it marked the 70 years. Okay, it marked the 70 years of diplomatic relation between India and China. And India was the first non-socialist country to establish relation with the People's Republic of China, right? So at that time कि इंडिया एक पहला एक नॉन सोशलिस्ट कंट्री था. सी चाइना एक सोशलिस्ट कम्युनिस्ट कंट्री है, राइट? सो उसके साथ एक नॉन सोशलिस्ट कंट्री इंडिया होके उसने इस्टेब्लिश किया था रिलेशन. एंड उस टाइम पे एक चीज़ बहुत फेमस था, दैट हिंदी चीनी बाय बाय, दैट दिस फ्रेज वॉज वेरी famous. Of course, it existed for a short period of time because at that time Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, believed that we should develop that brotherhood kind of relation with the China. Okay, peaceful relation हमें maintain करना चाहिए, brotherhood promote करना चाहिए, that kind of ideology believed in that. Okay, so अब देखो relation जो है now it started deteriorating. China, it occupied this Tibet region in 1950. And there was a difference of opinion on this thing. India was not liked on this thing that Chinese takeover of Tibet in 1950. I will show this in map over here, this Tibet region. Okay, so China occupied this place, and before occupying this, China actually shared its border with India over in this Jammu and Kashmir side, and then of course over in this Arunachal Pradesh region. In between we had Tibet, but after controlling Tibet, now it's a big security concern for India on the border, right? And in 1962, you all know that India-China war took place over the, of course, over the competitive claim over territory of Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin in Ladakh. Okay, now see here we have Arunachal Pradesh. So claim over this territory of Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin over here. So this war took place, and of course China won this war and India failed in it, and this war nearly took place between October 1962 to nearly November 1962. So in this battle of 1962, India suffered a lot. And this also one more reason that India-China relation deteriorated with time. Okay, and diplomatic relation between the two countries were downgraded until 1976, right? And thereafter the relation between India and China that started improving slowly after change in China's political leadership from the mid to late 1970s. 1970s के mid और late 1970s में जब leadership change हुआ, those China at that time, because of change of those leadership, China's policies were more pragmatic than it was more pragmatic and less ideological. Okay, pragmatic means what? Basically बहुत ज़्यादा practically policies बनाना. For example, this is very idealistic that if China is not having a good relation with India, it should totally cut off its relation, बिल्कुल isolate कर देना. Okay, that is something idealistic. वो unrealistic है. आज के इस globalized वर्ल्ड में इतना जो ग्लोबलाइजेशन का प्रोसेस है, इसमें आइसोलेट किसी कंट्री को नहीं कर सकते. ओके, सो चाइना रियलाइज दैट इट शुड नॉट बी दैट मच आइडियलिस्टिक, थोड़ा प्रैग्मेटिक होना होगा. एंड जो 1970s में जो लीडर्स जो थे, दे वर क्वाइट pragmatic in nature, and they tried to solve whatever the dispute that exists between India and China in a very diplomatic and peaceful way. And at that time many kind of policy changes were done, जिससे थोड़ा सा जो relation जो था that started reviving. Okay, now let's have a look at the end of Cold War. What was changes took place in India-China relationship. Okay, now see, since the end of Cold War, India-China's relation seen a lot of changes. For example, the relation now have a strategic and economic dimensions. अब थोड़ा economic वो sense में वो trade वगैरह भी कर रहे थे, तो now it has both that strategic and economic dimensions. Okay, and both started viewing themselves that they are rising powers in global politics, and both would like to play a major role in Asian economy and politics. Okay, वो global politics में वो समझ चुके थे. Now both are rising powers, and they should play a major role in Asian economy and politics, right? And in 1988, Rajiv Gandhi made a visit to China. That is actually considered as the ice-breaking trip. Okay, because after that a friendship between both the countries started reviving. And that is something very good for the improvement of India-China relation. And since then, both the governments they made a lot of measures to solve the border disputes and maintain peace ट्रैंक्विलिटी ऑन द बॉर्डर, काफ़ी एफर्ट्स लिए थे ताकि वो पीस को मेंटेन करें, एंड दे शुड they tried their level best to solve the continuing this ongoing border dispute problem between India and China. And they also signed various agreements on cultural exchange, cooperation in science and technology, and they opened 4 border posts for trade. अगर इंडिया चाइना के बीच में ट्रेड जो है वो बड़े तरीके से हो, उसके लिए 4 border posts भी established around this हिमाचल प्रदेश, सिक्किम and उत्तराखंड region. Okay. And now let's look at the India-China trade में किस तरीके से increase हुआ है. Now, India-China trade, growing at 30% per year since 1999. And bilateral trade की अगर बात करें, that is India and China, they were, that increased from $338 million in 1992 to more than $84 billion in 2017. And more recently, both countries agreed to cooperate with each other in areas that could otherwise create conflict between the two, such as bidding for energy deals abroad. Right? So they decided कि जो भी और areas हैं जहाँ पर cooperate नहीं करेंगे तो conflict हो सकता है. They started कि that they will cooperate with each other. For example, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे द एनर्जी डील के लिए बिडिंग करना, उसमें भी उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि नाउ दे विल कोऑपरेट विद ईच अदर इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग द कन्फ्लिक्ट. Instead of doing conflict, right? And at the global level, India and China, they adopted that similar policies, international economic institutions like the World Trade Organization. So as per the World Trade Organization, जो international trade के जो भी rules and regulations है, they cooperate with that, and they adopted that similar policies as per the World Trade Organization. Let's have a look at the issue that exists between India and China. See, India done its nuclear test in 1998. पहले भी एक टेस्ट किया था, and this was second one. And this, actually, why India done this? Because it learned a lesson. Because 62 में चाइना के साथ वॉर हुआ था, and then 1965 में पाकिस्तान के साथ वॉर हुआ था. But in order to keep itself secure, it wanted to keep that nuclear weapon with itself. For that, it done one test in 1974 and one more in 1998. Okay, and तो ये 2 main issues हैं जो इंडिया और चाइना के बीच में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. As mentioned in your book, there are other issues as well. Now let's have a look at this one. India, it is true, okay, that India, China was actually seen as contributing to the build-up of Pakistan's nuclear program. पाकिस्तान के न्यूक्लियर प्रोग्राम को डेवलप करने चाइना जो है काफ़ी ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करता है. एंड चाइना का जो मिलिट्री रिलेशन है विद बांग्लादेश एंड म्यांमार, दैट इज़ एक्चुअली इट गोज अगेंस्ट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया इन साउथ एशिया. ओके, सो ये 2 issues जो है दैट एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स, none of these issues is likely to lead to conflict between two. इससे conflict नहीं हुआ. Now why it does not happen? Because दोनों कंट्रीज के बीच में जो टॉक्स टू रिजॉल्व द बाउंड्री क्वेश्चन, ओके, कंटिन्यूड विदाउट इंटरप्शन. जो भी बाउंड्री डिस्प्यूट्स है उसके ऊपर जो भी टॉक्स की ज़रूरत है, जो भी डिस्कशन की ज़रूरत है, दैट इज़ एक्चुअली कंटिन्यूड. इट्स नॉट स्टॉप्ड एट वन पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. ओके, इट इज़ स्टिल कंटिन्यूइंग. एंड मिलिट्री टू मिलिट्री कॉपरेशन जो है दैट इज़ एक्चुअली इंक्रीजिंग. एंड इंडियन एंड चाइनीज लीडर्स इन ऑफिशियल विजिट फ्राम चाइना के कैपिटल बीजिंग से और इंडिया के कैपिटल दिल्ली से, जो न्यू दिल्ली से जो भी ऑफिशियल्स का जो मीटिंग्स होते हैं, इंट्रैक्शन जो होते हैं, दैट इज़ एक्चुअली नॉट स्टॉप. दैट इज़ इट इंक्रीज्ड विथ टाइम, एंड दैट लेड टू both sides are now becoming more familiar with each other. Okay, so because of this interaction, वो दोनों जो countries जो है official जो है, now they are more familiar with each other. And this is, these are the reasons why because of, in spite of issue, these kind of issues that exist between India and China, conflict जो थे that were avoided. Okay, now let's have a way forward कि better relation करने के लिए और कौन से area में we need to work on it. Okay, here you can see that in both the countries transportation that should be increased. Okay, and communication links जो है that should also be increased. Common economic interest and global concerns should help establish a more positive and sound relation between the two most populous countries of the world. Economic जो common economic interest है, global concern में दोनों के अगर consensus develop होंगे, that will, these will be the way forward in order to establish a better relation between the two countries in the coming future. Okay, so this is all about this particular part. I hope this one clear. This chapter is now complete, and this is completed in part 1 to part 7. Thank you for watching this video.